हाँ चलो, थैंक यू।
अरे रवि,
अरे दादा टी शर्ट
साउंड के पास चेक कर
सर
बैठ जाए ना।
लाइट ही नहीं थैंक यू सर। अरे बस
क्या कर रहे हैं? क्या
आप बैठ जाइए। खाली बसा
बैठ गया भाई।
बस रे हरबल जी बुक देखते हुए
एक मिनट सर, बोलो यार।
हरबल जी
Mr. Arbaz Khan and Dr. P.V. Vaidyanathan. So, Mr. Arbaz Khan, to be honest, I really don't think I need to introduce him to you all. Yeah, he's an actor. He's an actor, a producer, and a director. He acted in his debut movie in the lead role and has won the Filmfare Award for the best performance in a negative role. So he's been a producer for Dabangg and Dabangg 2, which have been commercial successes and have been enjoyed by the public. So you basically spend that time with your own self without any means of communication, and you introspect and you realize yourself through meditation. So it is an experience like no other, and only he'll be able to explain it better. So he's had practically a Midas touch to everything that he's tried out. So thank you so much for being here. Written by him are Make Your Child Stress-Free, Spirituality Bites, Managing the Unmanageable Child, Arise Awake, Doctor, Why Is My Baby Crying, and Understanding.
About himself. मैं अपने मुझे अपनी क्या तारीफ Good afternoon everyone, and it's lovely to see you in such large numbers for a book launch. And Mr. Vaidyanathan is a gentleman who actually I know him through his wife Rama. Where is she? Yeah, that's where she is. When Dabangg was after we had a script ready of Dabangg and we were doing a casting, and finally when Sonakshi was finalized for Dabangg, Abhinav Kashyap was very keen that we'd get Sonakshi into some kind of a diction training because it had the North Indian feel and all that. So for that, we wanted to have a diction teacher, and that lady happened to be Rama. And Sonakshi did about a couple of months of training with her, and that's when the association with Rama and Mr. husband, Mr. Vaidyanathan, had started. And we used to be in touch, though I had never met them till recently. Mr. Vaidyanathan also used to send me links to his articles, send me a copy of his book occasionally, which I used to respond to whenever there was an article in speaking to that time, he used to tell me about it, he used to mention about it. So we had this contact with each other even though we had never met. And then it's been like a while now, but the book happened in 2010 and this is 2015, and in 5 years we were only communicating through phone calls and SMSs. And recently he called me up saying that there's a book that he wants to launch and he would want me to do that. And I was like, fair enough, but why did you pick me? He says, because it's a spiritual book, and I think that strangely I feel amongst the people who I know from the industry, you seem to be the person who's maybe a little spiritually inclined. And I said, have you got some information regarding that? He says, yeah, I believe so, that you've done some kind of, just the feeling, and plus I believe that you've done some spiritual courses or whatever. I said, yes, I've done the Vipassana course that happened, and I've done the art of living thing, because somewhere there's a certain amount of this influence that kind of draws me to learn a little bit about this aspect of life, and maybe it's been a quest or some search for some kind of understanding of living better or meaning towards life. And it really helped, because I went for the Vipassana course just before the one had started, because in my life at that point in time there was a lot of things that I was going through, where in the sense that I was very confused whether I wanted to pursue my acting career, or whether I wanted to become a director, or whether I wanted to produce or to write. And I come to like a crossroad in my life that I felt maybe that acting career was not going as how I wanted to be at that stage in my life, because it was almost 15-16 years that I was in my acting career, and strangely I was looking for some answers, and I said, what, I need to just be with myself to know what exactly I want to do. And if I'm around, then if I keep asking myself, asking people, I'm probably not getting so many answers. I just started inquiring that what is it that I can do, and just cut off from everybody and just try to find some answers, even if it means. And somebody just suggested that, why don't you do a Vipassana course? And I was like, what is it exactly? And they said, this is what it is. And it seemed very tough to do. And I said, well, I was like willing, because at that point in time I was like, I'll go ahead and do it. And I found out about it, and I enrolled in that, and I got an admission in Igatpuri, which is their founder place. And I went over there, and my wife and my son had come to see me there, and just like, are you sure you want to be here? Because the living conditions were also very simple, and you've got to live practically without anything. There's no phone, there's no newspaper, there's no music, there's nothing. You just meditate almost 10-12 hours a day, and you don't even have eye contact with people, and you're just with yourself and you introspect. And I was not sure that I would pull through that. But strangely I did, and I did all 10 days of it, and I felt very good, and that kind of initiated my liking towards reading more about this kind of stuff. So brought an introduction to some writers that I read, and Robin Sharma, and a lot of these writers who write stuff on this kind of stuff, Deepak Chopra and all of that. And I got fascinated by that, and today also I'm pretty much inclined towards that. So when this book came my way, I was extremely happy, because this is quite the book that is so simple, and that is the beauty of it, because it's so simple, and it tells you such important things that happen in our life which we kind of just ignore, or we don't know how to react to, and it just simplifies this thing. In fact, I am halfway through the book, because I just got my hands on it and I was reading, and unfortunately I'm here without having completed the book. But whatever I have read, I've read about half the book. I just feel that it kind of concise, it's so concise and precise about the things that it's just making it life so simple, and that's how beautiful it is, how we react to certain things. All we have to do is maybe have a different perspective, or maybe take a pause, or think about it. Don't overreact. It's making it that simple, and you can have a much better reaction to a situation and a far better quality of life than if you were to do that. And it really makes a difference, because most of the damage that we do to our lives, to our partners, to our people at work is about reacting in a way which has been spontaneous, instantaneous, and sometimes without a thought. There is no harm in maybe giving a thought before we say certain things. There are certain things that once you say, they can make a big difference. So this in certain ways is a sort of a handbook, manual towards a better day-to-day living and reacting in life, and that's how one should look at it. It's a bedside book. Whenever you feel the need to, grab it and read it, maybe read a chapter, read a page, and even if you read a paragraph, you will get something out of this book. This is how wonderful this book is, and that's all that I have to say. He's the man of the moment, who's written such a wonderful book. Please give him a great round of applause. And I would like his wonderful wife, Rama, to be on stage with him, because she is the reason why I am in contact with this gentleman, and they're a wonderful couple, and I'm so happy that this beautiful book is written by him. I hope this is read by many, 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 many people, and it improves their life and how they go about living here.
Thank you. चलो हो गया यार, question answer चलो.
Thank you.
Welcome to this gathering. I will start with saying a big thanks to Arbaz, because as he said, we are not very much formally in touch. It's more of informal touch with SMS, WhatsApp, that sort of thing. And from whatever little I gathered about him, I knew that he was very spiritual. Actually, I never liked him much as an actor in his early movies. I used to feel he's very mean, very scary. But then I realized, but such a nice guy to play such a mean role that I actually hated him, it's a brilliant talent that he's got. So that's what I realized. So I have to meet both the actor and the person to know if he's mean in real life and mean on screen, then that's not a big deal. So I have seen him in Hello Brother, and I have seen him in Mahat Mujhe Salam, and I have seen him in Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya. And I always felt he's so mean, but when I met him, I realized that he's really done a good job on the screen to come across as a meanie. That was his role, of course. That was not Arbaz Khan. So I have kept track of his films and been seeing, of course, Dabangg 1 and 2 happened, and we all saw that the big success of Dabangg. So I think it was very, it was destiny that brought us together. One of my friends who's not here today, this girl was doing some freelancing journalism. So she had sent a common mail to many of us in which Arbaz's email addresses appeared. So and I just picked up the email address and I wrote to him 6 years back saying, hello, I am so and so, and I feel you're very spiritual, would you like to read my book? And he responded saying, okay, he gave a call, and that's how the whole thing started. So something very out of the blue. So I think when destiny brings people together, it just really brings people close together. And many of my friends who are present here are all people whom I know through Facebook, people whom I've interacted for many years, and people whom I've gone to their houses and become friends. So I think today with the explosion of media, we are having this good experience. So thank you, Arbaz. Thank you for coming. And giving, they have a very big heart, open heart. Everybody knows Arbaz, Salman. I was told that after the success of Dabangg, Arbaz gifted blackberries and whatnot to the entire staff. His director got a his director got a 4-wheel drive. So you can just imagine his heart is completely open. So that's a very great asset to have, and very great quality. And I think it is that open heart that made him, without thinking, when I said, will you be the chief guest, will you be this book? He just said yes. So, in fact, like him, I was wondering, why did he say yes? If he had little common sense also, he would have said no. लेकिन कभी-कभी दिल से सोचना पड़ता है. And all of you should read the Common Sense book. But remember that once in a while, sometimes decisions have to be taken with the heart, like he did, and not always with common sense. So, thank you, Arbaz. Book has had a long journey, as Rishikesh said. I first wrote it in 2009, and then afterwards I sent it to a publisher after publisher after publisher, and then one publisher picked it up, and then I kept it on hold for some 6 months, and then said no, and then the book went into hibernation, and then again I revived it a couple of years back, and then coincidentally another friend of mine who's from Pune, who's not come here, who runs a bookstore, he told me, why don't you send to Lead Start? They are publishing a book practically every week, and they are Bombay based. So I sent it to Lead Start, and immediately they said, okay, we'll pick up your book. So second turn of destiny that I got through to Lead Start. So, and then the book took a long time. Lead Start are very tough taskmasters. Any of you are planning to write and publish through Lead Start, it's no joke. They really whip you left, right and center. No, they can write, but don't go to Lead Start. But their PR machinery, their infrastructure is mind-blowing. It's brilliant, as you saw. And they really made this book happen. And now when I look back at my original script, what I had submitted, it's trash. I can say that. It is absolute trash compared to what your editors made me write. Thank you, Lead Start. Thank you, Daniel. So, and even we are, in our family, we are big film fans. And
Listen, pretend to listen. Pretend to listen का इन्होंने ले लिया.
These are all the things that are.
You tell me whether this is common sense or not. This is what somebody, my cousin, हमारे कुछ इंदौर में कुछ cousins थे, तो हम बचपन में इंदौर गए कुछ cousins के साथ, तो वहाँ उन्होंने हमको बहुत अच्छा घुमाया फिराया 10-15 दिन थे, तो वहाँ पर जितनी भी जगहें थी खाने के लिए या देखने के लिए, तो 10 दिन 15 दिन उन्होंने बहुत देर तक घुमाया. कुछ महीनों बाद हमको पता चला कि वो मुंबई आ रहे हैं, तो हमारा भी फर्ज बनता था कि उनको कहीं ले जाए, तो जू बीच, चौपाटी, इधर उधर ये वो, और फिर बांद्रा में अपना हिल रोड पे एक नया डीडीज डोनट खुला हुआ था. बेचारे इतने अंग्रेजी बोलते नहीं थे, तो मैंने उनसे पूछा अपने कजिन से कि भाई साहब आप डोनट खाएंगे? तो बोलता नहीं मैं एक ही हूँ. अभी ये कॉमन सेंस क्या है? राइट है या रॉन्ग है?
Right, barabar hai. Yeah, correct. Like that. Like we used to listen in childhood. One teacher told a boy, "I'll cut your one ear. What will happen?" He said, "I can't hear." And I'll cut both your ears. He said, "I can't hear and see." He said, "What sort of nonsense is this?" He said, "No, I wear specs, so I can't wear specs." So ऐसे बात हो गई कि you can't. So he was right. So he couldn't see and he couldn't hear. So a lot of. So, and just now Mrs. Poonam Sinha left. If she was there, she would also have shouted Kamosh. So I will put an end to this talk, and I encourage you, of course, and Lead Start encourages you to please buy the books. Time, and I don't want to discover a new method of putting people to sleep. When I'll patent a day come, then I'll stop my work. So let it be. And so please buy the book, please read the book, and please enjoy the book. And thank you very much.
So it's been a fun session, and extremely atypical book releasing session. So we would now like to. May I now request the dignitaries to please officially release the book.
Hey भावना वेट फोटोग्राफर्स को जाने दे. हे हीरो चल.
हे विनोद शादी में है क्या?
हीरो तो ये जरा
रोलिंग.
But why not use some common sense? How many times you have used this phrase at your home with your family members और कौन से इंसिडेंट पे ये बोलना पड़ा?
I guess everybody uses this on the other person at some point in time in their life. You know, why don't you use your common sense? So, like I said, किसी की किसी चीज़ की अंडरस्टैंडिंग ज़्यादा होती है. जैसे कि जो गाड़ियों के बारे में ज़्यादा जानता है, तो उसकी इंटेलिजेंस उसके उस डिपार्टमेंट में ज़्यादा होगी, तो ही में थिंक कि जो एक बेसिक चीज़ है वो दूसरे को समझ में नहीं आ रही है. तो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ मच यू नो अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया फॉर विच इट बिकम वेरी इजी टू नो वेदर यू गोइंग टू अप्लाई अ कॉमन सेंस टू दैट और नॉट.
कोई स्पेसिफिक इंसिडेंट्स पे आपने
It's very difficult for a man to be
extremely knowledgeable and have common sense about everything in your life. It's said, it's easier said than done. You know, use your common sense. But even to learn how to use your common sense, you've got to probably experience a lot of things in your life. You've got to be told a lot of things in your life, and then probably you can incorporate it in your life. Because जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको सब चीज़ का समझ आ जाएगा इंस्टेंट.
आपके घर में सबसे कम कॉमन सेंस कौन यूज करता है?
मेरे ख्याल से मेरे नौकर. ये नहीं सुनना था.
Arbaaz, your father is a great writer. How much of a writer are you, and do you plan to come out with a book anytime, and on what topic would it be?
You know, I think I have an inherent flair for writing, and yeah, I have. You know, and I have not exercised that what you call flair or talent of mine. But even in terms of the when I'm like working on my scripts, I think I work a lot with my writers, and I have a big opinion about the movies that I do because I influence my opinions onto them, and it works in like I don't just completely accept what has been given to me. Like I'll have my questions and I'll say why this, why not, and why not it can be like this. So कहीं ना कहीं जाके मेरा एक intervention script में the way I would want it to be is there. Even I wouldn't say as an actor so much, but as a filmmaker, yes. Dabang 2, Dolly Ki Dolly, and where I have my little say in this thing. I have not gone full-fledged into writing either scripts or writing a novel or a book, but that is not something that I don't think I will, whether it's there in the something that in the future that I want to do. But I have written articles. I was approached a few years back by Big Adda.com to write, and there were a lot of these blogs that were written by a lot of actors and personalities. And for a very brief time, I was given this liberty that कि जब भी आपका किसी भी टॉपिक के ऊपर मूड करे लिखने का तो आप लिखो और पोस्ट करो. तो I did write about 15-20 articles, some very small, some very large, maybe something related to an incident that happened in recent time or something that happened. So if at all anybody wants to see whether I have any kind of flair to writing, they can go and see the stuff that I've done, which is still there on Big Adda maybe.
What about Salman? Does he write? You know, he paints. What about writing?
Yeah, he does. I think, you know, Salman also, like I said, influences a lot on his films. You know, dialogues likhna or kuch cheezein suggest karna. Like I said, he's written scripts earlier also. Some of the films like Baghi, Chandramukhi, and all those films, I don't know, some films that they were completely written by him, or they was like mainly the writer of those films. Tumko Na Bhool Payenge. All these films that Salman had a lot as a writer to do. Most of his films he contributes a lot in terms of adding a line, a dialogue, a situation. Like जो हमारी फिल्म में जो सबसे ज़्यादा famous dialogue हुआ था कि छेदी सिंह हम तुम्हें इतने छेद करेंगे. Yeah, that is Salman's contribution to his character.
Arbaaz, on a lighter note, if there is one actor whose films have defied common sense in Bollywood, it is Salman Khan. How do you disagree with him?
Disagree with that. I think there are far more actors whose films have defied common sense. I mean to say, Rajni sir would be one definitely of them. We've got great respect for him. But if you think that is common sense, then I don't know what. and why Govinda has done so many films that defy common sense, yeah. But they were entertaining films. It's not necessary that films have to be extremely logical. It's like films, you know, this is one very important aspect about even films that we should talk about. Why are only intellectually stimulating films considered good films or great films? You know, stuff that David Dhawan has done over the years, it's not easy, or Manmohan Desai has done, or whoever this kind of stuff is not easy stuff. You know, people only look at films which are thought-provoking or have a deep message, but entertainment can come from films that can seem ridiculous. But they can capture your imagination and be fun, and that's what children and everybody from all ages like. And somehow these films go pretty dismissed, even in terms of appreciation, in terms of even in your awards. You'll never see a film which is a hardcore commercial entertainer ever find a place there, which is pretty shocking. But that's how the world works. That's how the people see, and they don't look at these films like a Rohit Shetty's film, like all the movies that he's done. They're great films, they're entertaining films, but कभी उसको appreciate नहीं करेंगे in that sense कि भैया इसको किसी एक कांस फिल्म फेस्टिवल के लेवल में जाए, जबकि वो फिल्म का कोई मतलब कोई देखने भी नहीं गया होगा उसको. 4 लोगों ने
देखी होगी और 4 क्रिटिक्स ने उसके बारे में 4 स्टार दिए होंगे, उसको अप्रिशिएट करेंगे, लेकिन ये जो फिल्म 100 करोड़ का धंधा कर रही है अंडर ऑल सर्कमस्टेंसेस उसको नहीं अप्रिशिएट करेंगे. सो इट्स प्रीटी अनफेयर एट टाइम्स.
हेलो अरबाज, आई हैव 2 क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू. हाँ, फर्स्ट मैं जानना चाहूँगी कि बात सलमान की हो रही है और दबंग के डायलॉग्स की हो रही है, तो दबंग 3 खबरें आप प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर रहे हैं या सो इट्स वेरी सच्चाई
कैसे हो सकता है?
हाँ, तो
कौन कर रहा है? आप करनी है फिर?
नहीं, तो इसीलिए मैं जानना चाहती थी.
नहीं, जब आई एम द ऑब्वियसली वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोड्यूस द फिल्म, मतलब इसके ऊपर से एक क्वेश्चन मार्क ये था कि वेदर आई डायरेक्ट द फिल्म. सो दैट एज ऑफ नाउ मैं करने वाला हूँ, बट लाइक आई सेड जब दबंग 2 में कर रहा था तो एक्टिंग, डायरेक्टिंग, प्रोड्यूसिंग सब चीज़ों पे ध्यान देना थोड़ा ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो जाती है, तो द स्ट्रेस इज अ लिटिल टू मच. वैसे भी फिल्म की शूट से पहले इतना काम हो जाता है कि मे बी एट दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम दैट आई माइट नॉट बी एट द हेल्प ऑफ अफेयर्स एज अ डायरेक्टर. हो सकता है इफ आई फील कि समबडी हु जिसके साथ मेरी ट्यूनिंग हो कि भैया चल आजा तू मेरे साथ बैठ, विल वर्क ऑन द स्क्रिप्ट व्हाटएवर एंड तू डायरेक्ट कर ले. बट इफ आई फील इट्स टू मच ऑफ अ स्ट्रेस, इफ आई फील कि चलो ठीक है कर सकता हूँ तो मे बी आई विल डू इट. बट एज ऑफ नाउ ओनली दैट डिपार्टमेंट इज ओपन कि मे बी समबडी एल्स माइट डायरेक्ट द फिल्म, बट प्रोड्यूस तो मैं ही करूँगा और तो कोई करेगा नहीं उसका. तो हमारा ब्रांड है, हमारा फ्रेंचाइज है, वो क्यों कोई और प्रोड्यूस करे?
वो भी कब तक एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं दबंग?
उसके ऊपर मतलब चर्चे हो रहे हैं. मतलब अभी सलमान एंड मी विल सिट सम टाइम व्हेन ही इज थ्रू विद हिज मूवीज एंड विल टेक सम टाइम टू यू नो टू आइडिएट एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. हो सकता है कि साल 2 साल लग जाए.
Hi, Ravi Gupta here from Zing. Towards your left. सर मेरा एक सवाल है आपसे, बहुत ही कॉमन सवाल है. मेरा ही नहीं, हमारे बीच में बैठे सीनियर सिटीजन का भी एक सवाल है. बहुत ही कॉमन सवाल है कि जिंदगी में सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी क्या होता है, प्यार या पैसा? आपकी जिंदगी में सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी क्या है, प्यार या पैसा?
सब आदमी की जिंदगी में प्यार सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है.
कोई एक चीज,
प्यार,
कोई एक चीज.
प्यार यार, प्यार. मतलब इसमें क्वेश्चन
हाय अरबाज, आजकल हम फिल्में चाहे बनाए, हम वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट की बहुत ज़्यादा बातें करते हैं हर जगह, चाहे दीपिका के वीडियो की बात करें या कहीं भी. रिसेंटली स्मृति ईरानी गोवा गई थी, जहां पर एक शोरूम में, चेंजिंग रूम में कैमरास लगे थे, उन्होंने वो कैमरास देखे. आपको लगता है कि वुमेन कहीं भी जाए तो सेफ फील कर सकती हैं अपने आप को, जिस तरीके से हम वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट की बात लेके चलते हैं?
लंबा टॉपिक है, इसके ऊपर इसके ऊपर इतने 1-2 वर्ड्स के ऊपर ये डिस्कस नहीं हो सकता है. आई अंडरस्टैंड द ग्रेविटी ऑफ दिस सिचुएशन लाइक दिस, एंड ये सब चीज़ें बिल्कुल होनी नहीं चाहिए किसी भी सर्कमस्टेंसेस में. बट ये अभी ये दिस इज नॉट द प्लेटफॉर्म टू टॉक अबाउट इट. आई हैव अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग ओपिनियन अबाउट इट, बट आई वुड नॉट लाइक टू स्पीक अबाउट इट राइट नाउ. इट इज नॉट अबाउट वन वर्ड और वन लाइन.
बस कई सारे लोगों के ऊपर बायोपिक फिल्में बन रही है. हमने सुना है कि संजय दत्त के ऊपर भी बायोपिक फिल्म बन रही है. अरबाज खान एज डायरेक्टर, क्या आप चाहेंगे कि सलमान खान के ऊपर भी बायोपिक फिल्में बने, या आप बनाना चाहेंगे उनके ऊपर?
हो सकता है. I mean, सलमान इज स्टिल, आई थिंक बायोपिक जनरली उन लोगों पे बनते हैं जिनके मतलब 9 out of 10 टाइम्स, जिनके मतलब आपने पूरा उनका ग्राफ, उनकी लाइफ आपने देख ली हो, और ज़्यादातर उस जनरेशन, आइडियली वो जनरेशन को देखना चाहिए जिनको पता नहीं है उस आदमी के बारे में. देन इट इज मोर एक्साइटिंग टू दैट. अभी आपकी जिंदगी में सामने, अभी आप किसी एक आदमी को सामने से देख रहे हो, उसकी सारी जिंदगी आप जानते हो, उसके ऊपर आपने एक बायोपिक बना भी दिया, तो आई डोंट नो वेदर द करंट जनरेशन वुड फाइंड दैट अनलेस यू आर टेलिंग समथिंग अबाउट दैट पर्सनस लाइफ जो आप जानते नहीं हो. That's why I feel कि even धोनी's life story or धोनी's biopic is going to be extremely challenging. हम सब जानते हैं धोनी के बारे में. हाँ, तो what नीरज पांडे is going to do is everybody wants to watch कि ऐसा क्या है धोनी के बारे में जो हम देखना चाहेंगे, जो हम जानते नहीं हैं. तो that's an exciting, that's a challenge. But ideally कोई ऐसा आदमी है, जैसे मिल्खा सिंह के बारे में बहुत कम लोग जानते थे, तो it became very exciting to know कि ये कौन है, क्या है. मैरी कॉम के बारे में, दो मैरी कॉम is existing, but you don't know so much about her, so it became exciting. So I feel that when you don't know so much about somebody, then when you see a biopic or a generation that is only hearing about somebody but has not seen it, and you recreate it, it's according to me far more exciting. I would not want to do a biopic on somebody who is existing. So this is my personal opinion.
Thank you.
Hello, Arbaaz. Hi, again. Last last question. I wanted to know, being an actor, producer or director, आपको कौन से फिल्म पर्सनली बॉलीवुड में ऐसे लगी जिसमें बिल्कुल कॉमन सेंस नहीं है?
दबंग 1 और दबंग 2 खुश। ये दो फिल्में हैं जिनमें कुछ कॉमन सेंस नहीं है, लेकिन ये बहुत चली है, लोगों को बहुत पसंद आई। हैप्पी? थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू।
I'd like to thank Mr. Abbas for taking all the time and energy for coming out here and giving us such a lively session. I'd also like to thank the bookstore Title Page for giving us a very wonderful venue, the publisher Lee Stubb for helping us empower our thoughts, the author and his family for giving us such a
science, technology, God, maths,
Not mind that.